Hey, there you are, and welcome to My Dude Watch. My name is Jason, and we have a very attractive and interesting watch for you today. This is an absolute stunner, but what's under the hood? What about the specs? And what about the refinement? That's exactly what we are going to find out. So, you know the routine. Grab a snack, pull up a chair, and let's talk watches.
Call me a god.
Okay, today's video is sponsored by Audaz Watches. A few weeks ago, I reviewed their Audaz Seafair, and I absolutely loved it. And according to your responses, you did too. Well, because of that, they sent this beautiful GMT Sea Ranger, and they asked for an honest and comprehensive review, and that's exactly what we'll give them. When unboxing this watch, my first impressions are of the overall look of the diver. The way the light is reflected from it is great. I've never really liked the rose gold, but truthfully, this design just works. It looks amazing. The Sea Ranger feels solid, it's well built and incredibly strong. The overall look and feel of the watch is impressive. This case is crafted with precision and built with 316L stainless steel. It measures 42 millimeters in diameter with a lug-to-lug length of 50 millimeters. The height of the case is 14.5 millimeters, which does include the case back and crown, and the lug width is a nice 22 millimeters. I'm really interested in this case, so let's just dig a little deeper and take a look at the profile. As you can see from the high polish on the sides of this case, this finishing is really well done. From this angle, you can see the signed crown and its protectors. Here you can see a slight bevel running along the top of the flanks. This is a nice transition from the side of the case to the top, and this will invite some light play as well. Take note of the lugs and how they turn down. This is a very strategic move to help with fit. This helps the watch wear smaller, and the watch almost drapes down your wrist. You can also see the bezel here as well. It's almost an imposing view. It sticks out just a little from the case. It's also got a real nice coin edge grip. Let's move to the top of the watch. Looking down, we can see even more refined finishing on top of those lugs. And take note how the bracelet transitions into the case. It's almost flawless. We will get to the bracelet shortly, but let's talk about this bezel. This is a ceramic bezel insert with numerals every 2 hours. This design and execution is really exceptional, and wait till I show you the loom. This is a 120 click unidirectional rotating bezel. Let's have a listen. And here you can feel just the right amount of tension on the bezel. It clicks away nicely and there's no backplay. Let's check the alignment, and it is aligned perfectly. So we are off to a really good start. So let's keep rolling and have a look at the dial. The dial surface is a simple and safe black. The dial has dot embassies on the hour markers and battens on the 6 and the 9. There is also an upside-down triangle at the 12. These markers are applied evenly and smoothly on the surface. They are outlined in rose gold for an elegant and classy look. There is also a date complication at the 3 o'clock with the date window outlined in white. Looking closely just to the right of the date window, you can see a smaller batten. This is an effort to maintain symmetry on the dial. I like the length of these hands. The minute hand extends all the way out to the minute track, and the hour hand has a length that just touches the closest edges of the battens. You'll also notice the GMT hand and the seconds hand reach the minute track as well. The Audaz logo is just under the 12 o'clock position, and interestingly enough, it's typed in capital letters. I like that. And just above the 6, you'll see the words Sea Ranger GMT, 200 meters, and automatic. One thing I really like about this dial, and really all of the Audaz dials, is they aren't going to do anything that compromises legibility, nor will they overcomplicate the dial. It's always simple, basic, open, and clean. And protecting the dial is a nice piece of sapphire crystal with layers of AR coating. And let's do a quick loom test. There is a lot of loom here. This is one of the best I've seen. You have the hands lit, also the hour markers, the pip, and the numerals on the bezel. It starts out bright and distinct and remains that way. You can easily tell the time no matter what the lighting conditions are. Now we'll take a look at the crown. This is a good looking crown with a nice grip. It's a screw down crown and it operates as intended. The crown, like the case back, bezel, and bracelet, are stainless steel. When unscrewing the crown, there's a pop when you turn it to loosen. and it turns back into the case fairly easily, and it's a nice tight fit once in. Turning the watch over, let's take a look at the case back. This is a screw-down case back with an exhibition window. I've heard some of you say that this design is not necessary, but sometimes it's not about necessity. It's more about giving you, the buyer, something a little extra. The Sea Ranger is a legitimate diver and provides you with 200 meters of water resistance. Let's move over to the bracelet. This bracelet is crafted with 316L stainless steel. It's attractive and goes well with this case. You'll notice that it's brushed on the outer links and polished in the center. It has both solid links and solid end links. It's fluid and smooth. There's no rough edges, and it feels and wears comfortably. And this watch is 22 millimeters at the lugs. Clasp functionality is important, and this one does just enough. It's a good and appropriate clasp for this watch. Holding the bracelet together are push pins, and that's nothing to worry about because it's easy enough to remove, adjust, and put back into place. No issues here whatsoever. Overall, this bracelet is fine. It does the job and it wears comfortably. Lastly, let's discuss the movement of this GMT. The Sea Ranger is powered by a Seiko NH34, which is an automatic caliber with unique features. As a matter of fact, it's the only mover that can do what it does at this price point. Here are the specs for this amazing movement. It has 24 joules, takes 21,600 beats per hour, and it offers 41 hours of power reserve. It has an independently adjustable GMT hand, has an automatic winding thanks to a bidirectional rotor. Hacks and manual winding is supported. Now, I'm not saying this is the only one that does what it does. I just know it's the one that is affordable. Okay, we have made it to the part of the video where we put it all together and try to make sense of everything that we just went over. We like to call this part gripes and likes. Let's start with the gripes. However, I really don't have any gripes, but I do have a couple of observations. Number one, I wish this watch had an adjustable on-the-fly mechanism. There's a lot of watches in this price range that do. Number two, push pins. I kind of wish it had screw pins, although it's far from a deal breaker for me. And now the likes. Number one, that dial. It's clean, it's open, it's symmetrical, it just works. It's beautiful. And number two, the construction and build of that case. It feels strong, sturdy, tough. It just feels indestructible. Number three, the look and overall aesthetics. You can take this watch and go anywhere and do anything. It can either be your dress watch or your daily wear. Hey, you made it to the end of another video. Thank you for doing that. We really appreciate you watching. If you enjoyed what you saw today, please take the time to like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you like this watch that we talked about today, there's a link in the description that'll take you right to it where you can investigate it to see if it's right for you. And remember, they're nearly always running sales there, and their customer service is the best in the business. Hey, thanks again for watching. That's a wrap. We appreciate you being here. My name is Jason with My Dude Watch, and we'll see you next time. But don't forget, dudes can't be late.
They call me a god.